I talk to AI and the app appears. I don't need to be a developer, know any code. All I need to do is describe the app I want and it will create it for me. Let me show you what I created, then how I did it. This is my contact tracker. I built it in around 30 minutes and it's now live on the web, not just my laptop. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it works. What we should avoid, what we should try, how to make it easy, how to talk to AI. And let's build it together, even if you never made anything before. Before anything else, you might be asking, why should I build this myself? Aren't there already tons of apps like the one I want to build online? First of all, a lot of software can cost a lot of money, and you might not even find the one you want. And even if you do, it's not necessarily exactly the one you want. You might want to tweak it there. I wish this app had this feature or that feature. So by building it yourself, you can make exactly your dream app, the one you want. And the cool thing about this is even when you're done building the app, it might not always be the end state that you're at. Your job as such might shift a little bit, or the app you had envisioned might not necessarily suit you anymore. So you can always change it, add features, remove, oh, I did not need this, or this I really liked, let's build on that. So for me, I think that's super cool. I can make it exactly the way I want it. Well, before we continue, let's make sure we speak the same language. I'm sure you've run across ChatGPT before. You ask it a question and it does all the research and gives you a super great answer. But it kind of ends there. It just gives you information. But we want to take this a step further. We have Codex and we have Claude. Two programs that basically do the same thing. But for today, let's focus on Codex, since you might already have ChatGPT and they're run by the same company. And the thing Codex does different from ChatGPT is that it doesn't only collect information, it can create things for you. It can create apps and code and all the different kind of things for you, run scripts and so much more. And don't worry, you don't have to know how to be a programmer and write code by yourself. Basically, you describe what you want and the app builds it for you. If you haven't already, you want to download Codex on your computer. It works both for Macs and PC. And I will also show you how to deploy it on the web using Liivo. Let's get started. So let's open Codex. Okay, here we have Codex. As you see, it looks just like ChatGPT. The main difference is that you work on your computer. So you add the folder you want to work on. It can be anywhere on your computer. Maybe on the desktop, create a new folder. I already added one called tutorial. And as you see, I don't have anything in it, but it's there we create a new chat. But there's one more thing we have to do to make this all work, to be able to publish it on the web. And that's to connect it to Liivo. But if you want to set it up yourself, you can watch either the Codex video or the Claude video here. And I want to create an app. And in my case, I want to make a contact list tracker. Basic job where I can follow up on people I work with. I can click on them, get some information, maybe what the emails I've sent them and back and forth. And I can add to-do lists and other features that I would like to have. So the first thing you need to know when prompting is the more vague you are, the worse result you will get, or more generic result. Think of it like this. If you have a boss and your job description is, well, take care of all the customers. It's like, okay, in which way should I do that? And you probably do your best, but your boss might come back to you and say, why didn't you do this? Or why didn't you focus on that? In the same way, it's really going to help when you talk to your AI. You want to decide what features do you want to have? What do you want it to look like? And what should happen when I press this and this? And remember, it's a conversation. You can make your first prompt saying, I want this. But if it doesn't turn out the way you want, you can always say, oh, you should do this, you should do this, and give feedback. And you might be thinking, I don't know exactly how my app should look like. I don't know exactly which features I should have. But that's no problem. You can always ask your AI to do some research for you. There's one more power up I want to show you before we start writing the app, and that's agents. And agents are basically text files on your computer that tells the agents what to do. They store information and things, and they specialize in different things. Think of it like this. If you're going to employ people, you might not employ one person that does it all. You have different people. And some roles to think about is that you might want a researcher for the site, someone in charge of security, someone for the designing the sites, someone for reviewing the code, and so on. And this might feel a little bit confusing, but let me show you how to make this easier. Let's jump to Liivo's website. If you scroll down, this will basically help you to generate a text or a prompt that you can paste into your AI agent for the website you want to create. And it will create all the agents and all the things you need. So let's give it a try. I want to build a contact list tracker. We could describe a little bit more what we think is important or not, but let's start like this. And now it's generating a prompt, and here it created a prompt for us. Let's read it a little bit. You're building a contact list tracker. Create a team of 6 agents: planner, front-end builder, back-end builder, database architect, quality checker, and developer, and have them work together to deliver this app. And then basically, it tells a little bit more about each agent. And in this prompt, it also has one step that says, deployer should prepare the app for Liivo deployment. It will basically make sure everything is ready for Liivo, so when you're ready, you will publish it. So let's copy this text and paste it into Codex and hit enter. And you don't need to know exactly what all these agents do. They will work it out between themselves. But the cool thing about these agents is that they can work at the same times, doing different things, and give you better results and do it faster. And as you can see, I've given it full access. This would be on default permission in the beginning. Then you have to accept each thing that it does. But I have never had any problems that it breaks something or so I just do it with the full access. And as I mentioned, it will also prepare everything for Liivo. I should probably have been more specific on exactly what I wanted with Liivo, but let's see what it gives us. And if you haven't connected to Liivo, don't worry about it. You can always do it later. Let it build the app, and once you're ready, you can sign up for Liivo and connect it to Codex and such. But let's see what it gives us. But in my case, I already did it. As you see, Codex and the agents are working in the background. A lot of things will come flashing by, and you don't really need to understand them. If you do, great, but I don't really pay attention too much to them. Just know that it's working. And if things pop up, just click allow. And for your first prompt, it's going to take a little while to create. You should also know about tokens. Tokens exist both on Claude and Codex. Basically, your subscription has a mass usage of how many tokens you can use. You don't have to know about them, but sometimes they might run out and you have to wait a little bit for them to refill. But for now, let's not worry about it. And I think it's done. It's created a lot of files. This is basically all the files it created. We don't have to look at them. Let's zoom in a little bit. It says here, build a contact list tracker as a single React plus Express app. And blah, 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 blah. It followed it, this and that. And basically the only thing that matters for us is, well, it built the app for us. We don't need to know what React is or Express or any of these details like database, URL, blah, blah, blah. It's basically some connections to Liivo and so on. And in the end it says, the only thing I did not do was to deploy the app to Liivo itself. So now you have a choice. You can either upload it to Liivo or see how it is on your computer before you upload it. In my case, let's just upload it and see what happens. Can you upload it to Liivo? Okay, perfect. Now it's done. As you see here, we got a link. Upload it to Liivo managed Git successfully. We only need to know successfully. Okay, something went wrong there. It seems to misunderstood something. So let's go back. It says it's not working. So what I do is I just copy. It said I want it to be on Liivo so I can view the site. Fix it. So if you're unlucky like me, that might happen a few snags along the way that the app is not working for some reason. Remember, you don't have to be a developer. Just make a screenshot and paste it in the chat and said it's not working. Okay, now it's done and it seems to have fixed the problem. So now finally we got the app and it's live on Liivo on Contact Tracker. So let's click on it. And here we have it. We have the site. There's a few things already I see I probably would have changed, but I think it's a great start. And let me fill this in to make sure it works. Okay, let's give it a try. Now Joe Doe is added to the list. And to make sure that it works, I'm going to take my phone and copy the link and see that it works and it's online. So let's copy the link, open Safari and paste it. Paste and let's see. And here we see it. Perfect. Now we have an app that works. But it's not really the way I envisioned it. I wanted more features like to-do lists, follow-ups, and things like this. So let me add a new prompt, adding the new things that I want and see if I can improve the site to make it more like I want it. So we jump back to Codex. And here's the thing. I could continue writing in the same conversation. Because when you have a long conversation, it's going to consume a little bit more tokens on the Codex side. It might also get a little bit confused. Think of yourself, if you have a lot of information you need to think about, you have to think, oh, what did I say? And it has to double check what it said, what it's done, and have everything in mind. And if you create a new conversation, it will start off fresh and it will focus only on the things you say and what's needed for that job. So let's do that. We add a new conversation. And since we're in the same folder, I don't have to be super specific. It knows what's in there. I created a contact list app. I want to improve it. Here is what I want. When done, update on Liivo. And now I write all the things I want. So I'll get back to you. There we go. I added a few things. Let's go through it. First of all, I want different tabs on the side. I want to-do list and things I can click through so it's not all in this one page. Like the contact list, the mail drafter and such. Second of all, I want to be able to click on these cards to get more information, add notes and last contact, follow-ups and such. And I want to have a dark mode. I want health status on the customers so I know like if they're at risk or if I should contact them and such. And last of all, I added a little extra thing that I said, do some research on what I'm missing, things that could improve the site. So let's give it a try and see if it comes up with more what I wanted. Okay, while it's working, I've been thinking I don't really like the design. So I'm going to go on the web and search for CRM dashboards. And well, I like this one. Let's grab a screenshot like that and jump back. And let's add it. I like this kind of design more. Make it more like that. So as you can see, you can add another prompt mid-prompt. It's gonna queue it up and make sure it works. Okay, once again, it's done. Let's see how it did. So yeah, big difference in the look. I like this a lot more. I think it's a lot easier to read. It's more what I had in mind. Now we have the dark mode if you like that. And you can click on the card to get more information. I think it's not so nice that it's down here. I think it was nicer just to be like a pop-up or something. But we can always change that later. And now we have to contact, if I want to contact people. I have tasks to add like a little list, task 1. We can have a date and such, but let's just add it here and it will save a little task that we can be done with. We have like email drafters if I want to write a little email draft of some sort that I want to maybe reuse or such. So yeah, and you can always add on this how much you want, which I think is kind of fun. It's like you always find something that you prefer, and as you work with something, you usually find out like, oh, I thought I need this, but I'd rather have this. So I think that's super cool. One last thing, if you lose the link, yes, give me the link to my app, and it will find me the app. So yeah, here's my link. And as well, you could always go to the Liivo homepage and add your apps. And here I have all my apps. You can just visit it. I think it's this one in my case. Yeah. So this is my app. I don't have to share it to the world. I can add login as such or just not share the link. But if I want, I could share it with the world. But now it's your turn to build your dream app and deploy to Liivo.